Calxiyn and Hunter here, and we are taking a look at the RWBY Volume 9 Oscars voting form, because you guys should vote. You only have until August 20th to vote.
And these are the most important elections of your life.
I may leave it a little longer, just because if you guys don't know, Arnold and I were really sick the past 2 weeks, and so neither of us, until now, we weren't able to make a video talking about the fact that the Oscars are happening and telling you to go vote. So we may leave it open like a couple of extra days, but by September, it's closed. Like, we have to move on. We need to move forward. People are going to forget that Volume 9 ever existed. So, you may have a bit of extra time instead of the 20th deadline. However, please keep that in mind. Let's just go through every single category. Best episode?
Straightforward.
You know, straightforward.
There's 10 of them.
Pick the best. Best musical score. Robin Rising actually made a nice little score video for you guys, and so if you don't know what the scores are, you can go listen to that. Best musical score. Best song. This is the first year where we have all of the songs out, so that's cool. And so you can pick the song knowing what they sound like.
Don't expect this to happen next time.
It might though, like now that Casey has taken over.
True.
Best lighting video. I made this one. Please watch it. I can actually see how many people have watched it, so that makes me happy. Like in the back end, I'm like, okay, we have this many votes and the lighting video has this many views. So like 90% of people who voted watched the lighting video, and some people may have already knew, like they may have already known what lighting they wanted. So thank you for voting for lighting. Best VFX. Again, Robin made a nice little video for you guys so you can know what all of the VFX are. Best environment. Best storyboarding. Again, Robin made a nice little video. I can't articulate enough how much, like, I know that this is like supposed to be a short video and I don't want to go on too much, but I was graduating university, right? And I was in a show like 8 times a week when this was happening, like when we were trying to organize the Oscars, and I had no time, and I was at school for like 10 hours a day, and it was terrible. So I cannot articulate enough. If you guys aren't following Robin, he makes great RWBY content. Please go follow him. He helped out like literally so much. We wouldn't have been able to do it without him. Like, it was dire. It was getting, like, being in Urinetown from 10 a.m. to midnight, it was dire, okay? So please appreciate Robin, especially during Tech Week. He helped a lot. Concept art video, again, Robin made you a nice little video, so if you're not sure about like what the concept art was, you can check that out. I'm not going to influence the vote at all, but Neo Cat on Wheels was not in the back of an episode. It was something that was released on Twitter, so please keep in mind that it's not just the ones that were at the end of the episodes, it's also the ones that were released by sheer force of willpower. Best cameo. These are all the characters that showed up but weren't really there, like in the volume. So like Penny, Cinder, PTSD.
Half of these people are dead.
Yeah. Best actress in a supporting role. So these are all of the supporting role characters. And yes, like some of the characters are non-binary, but we put the actress in. Like, this is about the actress, like the actual people that play them, not about the characters. Best voice actor, same sort of thing, in a supporting role. So you have like the Jabberwocker and other characters that were important, but they weren't like that important. Best leading actress, or I guess best actress in a leading role. Everyone is there except Neo, because she doesn't have a voice actress. Best actor.
But she acted her ass off.
Yes, she did. But that acting award goes toward the animators, which is always kind of funny. Best voice actor in a leading role.
I forget how many leading male characters are in RWBY, and
there's like none.
You get 3 choices, and there are only 3 options.
I will say, people were like, why is Roman here? Listen.
Because look at who made
No.
the list.
We need to recognize that if Roman was in a supporting role category compared to the herbalist, he would sweep. So we wanted to actually give the best male supporting role people a chance, and so that's why we put Roman over here. It wasn't about me overestimating Roman's importance in terms of the relation to Jean and the Curious Cat, but that Roman was too important compared to the Jinxley Peddler, who we saw in like 2 episodes. So I just wanted to, you know, throw that out there.
Unlike Roman, who we saw in 2 episodes.
Yeah, well, he has the backing of previous popularity.
Okay, sure.
That was basically the idea. Best monologue and speech, so those are all of the monologues that happened during the volume, which is good, because there were categories that got cut. We'll talk about that maybe at the end, what didn't make it and why.
There was a lot of discourse behind
there was discourse. Best spin-off property, that one's new. We didn't have that before.
I was very
excited. Because this is like everything that came out while we were waiting.
Yes.
Best tearjerker moment, again, self-explanatory. We've had this last year. Best twist and reveal, again, self-explanatory. Had that last year. Best funny moment, there were a lot of little teehees. Best relationship development. Now, okay, so here's the thing.
We know who's gonna win.
Somebody complained. A couple people complained, and I don't want to say complained like I'm saying that the complaints weren't valid, but a couple people were like, hey, like, what about, like, RWBY and Weiss, or, like, RWBY and Blake, since their opinion about RWBY did change, like, the dynamic with RWBY did change with those characters as well. And so, to specify or clarify, the development that we were talking about was supposed to be drastic, like RWBY and the cat, right? They go from acquaintances to like helpful friends to enemies, right? And like Summer and Raven, you thought that they hated each other, but now they're sneaking around in the woods. And so it wasn't that Weiss and RWBY or RWBY and Blake didn't get any development. It was that the development was like a step on a stair compared to falling down the stair. Like the cat pushed RWBY down the stairs. That is the difference. And so, yeah, that's just kind of the idea with that one. It was supposed to be a drastic character shift that, like, there's no going back from whatever this is. Whereas with RWBY and Weiss and then RWBY and Blake, it's like, you were always friends, you just understand each other a bit more now. Whereas RWBY and Jean's argument, like, yeah, I guess they made up, but that was a drastic shift from Jean being Vomit Boy to being like, this is all your fault. So that was sort of the idea with that one. Best character in a minor role. These are like, you weren't a supporting character, you were in the background. Best character in a supporting role. And so we did make this like gender neutral to keep in mind like the Ever After characters. However, I will say we couldn't do that with the Curious Cat. Like we just had to put him there. We just had to stick him in there with Jean and Roman because like it was hard with that, especially for this volume, because I'm like, we need to make sure that, like, we can't put Jean in the same category as all the girls, because, like, what if Jean wins in the category with all the girls? That's a little suspicious, right? On the other hand, would any of the guys win in the category with all the girls? And so, like,
I'm not convinced Jean necessarily.
No, I'm not convinced he would win either, but it's like, then it's like the other thing, would any of the guys have a chance against, like, the female characters either? So, like, there needs to be some separation, and so we had to put the cat, because, like, they need to have a chance. But yeah, and so we made these gender neutral, but then, like, we just had to put the cat in there. There was nothing we could do. And so, yeah, so it was Jean, Cat, and Roman again. Again, Roman is only here because we were afraid, because all of these characters were unestablished, except for Summer, but, like, you know what I mean? So we were afraid of Roman sweeping against the herbalist, and so we had to put him there. Best female character in a leading role. Neapolitan's now here because this is just her existence. Best antagonist. Best new character. So these are all of the
characters
new
that first
major character. Like, so Summer's not in here, but Summer is in the other one.
Yes.
Because
Summer's not really, I mean, you see her for the first time, but she's been
We wanted to give the new
before.
characters an actual chance. Best fight, the fight scenes. Go watch them if you don't remember. Best new character design. Summer did get a new character design. However, she's in the redesign category because she's not a new character with a new design.
Technically, she did get a redesign because she looks different than the old Team Stark photograph, where she's mostly obscured.
So she is in best redesign with old John, Silver Streak Jean.
It's upsetting that you said old John and not Dilf Jean as I specified.
Trivia as a redesign, or a former Neo Summer, and then the gods and their multiple animal forms that we didn't see before. Best actor and species. So these are like the collective of the people, like not a specific character, but
just the species.
Yeah.
Yes.
So the paper pleasers and the gems and all that stuff. And then we have Best 2D Animated Sequence, which is all of the ones that had like 2D drawings. So when John explains what happened and with Lewis and Alex, and then John ruling over the paper pleasers and stuff like that. Okay, very briefly, I want to talk about the categories we lost along the way. Best merch, which was Hunter and I's kind of like, that was our thing, because we make the merch videos. It did not make it. The reason for this is because the merch this year sucked so much ass that there was really no reason to try. Like, this merch collection, like, look at this. Like, at least we have, like, the floral cups and the Ein Lee collection, like, and the Neo collection was this year. This is the Volume 8 Oscars chart, right? So, like, that merch at least ate. There was nothing in Volume 9's merch department that was even remotely impressive or interesting. So we took it out. Unfortunate. What else did we delete? Best fandom meme. This was just out of a not a lack of memes. There were memes. There were some great memes. Yeah. However, the potency of those memes was not enough that we could necessarily remember anything that really shook the fandom in the same way as some of these things did. Like, Weiss being ejected went everywhere. Like, people were putting her in Among Us. People were putting her in, like, I don't know, like, other, like, Persona. Like, I don't know. Like, people were just... Anyway, and so there was the Blake ear compilation, though. I will say the compilation of Blake's ears was just the best thing ever, and if we were going to give someone an Oscar, it would be the creator of the Blake ear meme videos. But yeah, so this was just sort of like, nothing happened. The only meme that really broke RWBY Twitter was RWBY being homophobic, and we did not want
like homophobic RWBY.
But then it broke containment in a way that was no longer funny, and so we were like, we can't do this.
That's true. I feel like I saw a lot of Blake and Yang fan cams. I don't know if that counts as a meme necessarily, but there were quite a few of those.
And then we had to take out Best New Grimm
because there wasn't any Grimm.
But yeah, I mean, we didn't lose that many categories. Yeah. We gained a couple just because of the nature of the Ever After, but yeah, we didn't lose too many. So that's it for the Oscars video. I hope that you guys will go vote because, I mean, you guys
Democracy dies in darkness.
You guys can see in the form, I mean, how many votes we got last time. I don't know if we ever revealed this information that we got 5,000 votes in Volume 8. And so, like, we would like to get around that same number. So please vote in the Oscars. It would be nice, especially after all the work that Robin did. I won't even say the work I did. And we will see you in the next one. Bye!